I think also because I feel like sometimes you think I talk too much. Like I'm too.
I'm the motherfucker who talks too much.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what side of the world you're in. I'm Half-Life Sister, and this is my Heavy Wolf King.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome to my channel and to another episode of Sister in a Wolf Fraction.
That's right. Another request.
Yes,
Back again. Who's
back
this one
again. This is by Paul, aka Muttley.
By? That's right. What's going on, my man?
Hi, Muttley.
He's requesting KXM.
Yes, what does that even stand for?
It's a good question. Let's read what he has to say about it.
All right, let's do it. Hello, sister. Hope things with you and the family are good. It's taken a lot of thought, but I've now decided on a song for this month, and that song is Noises in the Sky by KXM. A bit of background. KXM are a project put together by Doug Pinnick from King's X, George Lynch of Dokken/Lynch Mob fame, and Ray Luzier from Korn. Okay, that's really interesting. These guys coming up from different groups like that. I think that's pretty freaking awesome.
Little super group.
Yeah, super group. So they have released 2 albums with their third apparently on the way. Can't wait. And this song is from their second album, Scatterbrain. Choosing which particular song of theirs to suggest was difficult, as they are all great in different ways. But this one I think is a great showcase. I've been a massive fan of Doug's and King's X for 30 years. Wow. Ever since I heard Summerland from their Gretchen Goes to Nebraska album in 1989. And I always pick up anything that he's done. The man likes to keep busy, it seems, and he's done tons of side projects, solo albums, and guest appearances over the years, and it's still going strong, even though he's going to be 69 this year. Holy crap.
Respect.
He's a killer bass player, awesome vocalist, and by all accounts, one of the nicest guys in rock and metal. Okay.
Can't argue with that. Dude's been around for
30 years and 69 years old.
Probably longer than that.
Right.
I don't think I've ever heard a scandal from him or anything like that, so
Really?
good on him.
Okay. That's what's up.
And ripe old age of almost 70.
Jeez, and he's still kicking it.
Still kicking out the jams.
Okay. I love it.
Very interesting.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I remember him from the King's X days. And, full disclosure, never been a giant fan of King's X as far as musically.
Okay.
But always found them interesting because, again, anytime you have a black guy in metal and rock, they tend to stand out.
Gotcha.
He was particularly interesting because during his King's X days, he had basically a mohawk, full-on mohawk, going on. But it wasn't like a straight-up mohawk. It was like a mohawk, and
of course,
it had a wave
curve.
in it. Yeah,
makes sense. Mine was something like that back in the day.
But bass player. One thing that made him stand out is he would play. A bass has maybe has 4 strings, maybe 5.
I know. Okay.
Well, he was playing a 12-string bass.
Was it specially designed for him or something?
It was definitely specially designed for sure.
Okay.
So he's got like the main strings, and he's got like 2 smaller strings next to each main string, and that was pretty unique. And a lot of people say that lended to the unique sound of King's X and bands like that.
Assume so.
I never noticed it, to be perfectly honest.
Really?
But again, I didn't go. I've never dig deep. It was a very surface level. I would see them on MTV. The songs are not bad by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
They just weren't my style.
Okay.
So, it's not a band that I ever really dug deep into or anything like that. Same thing with, as we mentioned, it's a super group. Same thing with George Lynch, from Dokken.
Okay.
Dokken is a very long-standing band in the metal community.
Okay.
But certainly not my style,
Okay.
I'm not the Stewart, you know what I mean? It's not a lot of ballads, a lot of, I'm not even gonna say anything about the sound or anything, but certainly was not my style. You guys know what I'm into, and Dokken wouldn't be under that umbrella.
Excited to hear this song.
However, again, another dude who's been around forever. And just regardless of what I think about Dokken's music, as a guitarist, as a standing guitarist, he's a beast.
Okay.
So again, a lot of these hair metal and power metal guys are freaking beasts on the instruments. Whether or not they can put a good song together that I enjoy has nothing to do with whether or not they can really slay the guitar.
Of course.
And of course, Ray from Korn.
You like Korn though?
Love Korn. Nothing bad to say about Korn. So 3 guys coming together interesting to see what kind of sound they produce, because they do kind of come from different sounds,
very
different
cool.
sounds. Doug, he has kind of, he comes from that bluesy background, where so of course that bluesy background is going to influence his music. But then you've got George, which has that kind of 80s classic metal style.
Really?
And of course Ray with the Korn, new metal style.
Okay.
What do they sound like when you put them together?
This is freaking freaking awesome.
Yeah, you guys challenge me because you're constantly requesting stuff that I didn't even know existed, like KXM and other things that I knew existed but never delved into until you guys made me. And you'll see a couple of reactions coming up, like X Japan, which I had to dive in
real deep,
to figure out and understand. And so I went deep. So that one's coming, but that one's going to take a little more time, because it's one of those long videos, again, that's going to take a lot of context and a lot of background. And I'm going to be including some of the documentary and stuff like that in there, so look for that. And remember, if you want a song request like this, go to our Patreon, $10 tier 3. You get a song a month that you get to request. It gets put in a queue, and we try to do them as fast as we can.
Yes.
We're doing our best.
I'm very grateful, though, that our soldiers on Patreon, they understand how we flow. They know that they understand that we're about quality more so than quantity, and so they understand how we flow on our channel.
Yeah, always appreciate your patience. Listen, the Patreon's there to support us, and for supporting us, we are trying to give you something back in return as well. But of course, we appreciate your patience. We're doing the best we can.
Thank you all so very much. I love you. Thank you.
If anything, your impatience is a compliment to us, because you're really letting us know that you can't wait to see something we do, and that is special. So we do appreciate it. We do recognize that as well. So I don't necessarily get mad at that.
One of the things I love about Patreon is the fact that you guys are allowing me, you're exposing me, even Wolf, to music that we probably, personally me for myself, would never have gotten to on YouTube, and also new things for Wolf to get into as well. So I think this is really awesome.
Yeah, you guys been challenging me. I see the list of what's coming up, and there's a lot of fun stuff on there, so I can't wait to get to it.
Oh my God, Within Temptation, I can't wait.
Yeah. So what's it called? Patreon?
Patrons. My patrons on Patreon.
Okay. Patreon. Okay. Sounds like it hurts to say.
Really? I'm a weirdo. I say like that all the time?
Yeah. Patreon.
Oh, wow.
What year did this video come out? It looks great.
It really does.
Have you heard the noises in the night? Is this a warning?
Oh, I like this. Yes.
That's his voice. Huh?
Sounds like a trumpet blowing high. Oh, is this a warning?
Oh.
You can hear how dominant that bass is.
Is this a warning?
I love this. It's very 80s.
The flares are high. Is this a warning? Only for those whose ears can hear. Yeah. Is this a warning? Something is happening, it just ain't clear. Is this a warning?
Oh, so they finally give you a chance to shine, so you just keep going? Song's over, my friend. Or maybe not.
I love that.
There's just something so cute about how much fun they look like they were having there.
What do you think of that song?
It's good, solid. I would classify that probably as hard rock, but good, solid riffing, and I love that part in the middle. With the little build up that led into the solo. I like how he kept playing the solo even when the song stopped, because it's like, okay, this guy's just gonna keep going for a minute. We're just gonna take a break and then meet us when it's over.
This felt very aged.
Yeah. It's
oh God.
It definitely had a throwback to the '90s for sure.
And his voice, he has a very bluesy.
Yes.
Down home.
Yeah, and of course,
old school.
He was putting some filtering over it.
Seasoned voice.
Right, there was kind of like a cone filter over it.
Yeah.
But that was obviously by design,
of
for
course.
the song.
Yes.
You can clearly hear the man can sing. He has a very distinctive voice, and you can clearly hear he can sing. You know, that was more for the song itself.
The confidence as well that flows through him. You can hear the confidence.
Guy's almost 7 years old. Guy's been doing it forever.
I love that. I want more. I want to hear that song again.
Yeah, I love. You know, as an aging fellow, you know. Yeah. Seeing a dude who looks that healthy and vibrant at that age is nice.
It's refreshing.
It's a little comforting.
And it's encouraging.
You take care of yourself and you keep the weight down, which I'm trying to get to. You know.
Yes, babe.
You still got a few more years in you. You know, it ain't over till it's over.
A few more? What do you mean by a few more?
It makes me smile because it gives you a little bit of hope. You know, they look healthy. Ray looked, Ray's a young guy. He's not that old. He's fine. But, the guy from Dokken, he looks great too.
Oh my God.
Looks better without the teased hair and the makeup.
I love this song, okay?
Yeah. What's not to like? It's a good, solid song. Again, this kind of stuff has never been my style per se. But, of course, I know you're going to like it for sure.
And it's funky too.
But I recognize it as a good song. I find these I find these kind of songs are a little harder to write, if I'm being honest, because
I would agree.
You gotta. It's hard to stand out when you make a song like this because there's so many songs that sound like it, and in this particular case, I don't think it didn't look like they were trying to stand out. It looked like they were trying to have fun.
Yes.
It's three guys from different bands, all of which had success, in their days. And they're getting up there in years, and they want to have some fun, and they want to make what they consider to be good music. And, man, they just looked like they were having so much fun doing it. I was smiling and just enjoying their energy,
I just love his voice so much.
Oh, in that case, you've got...
I love it.
You've got, 30 years of of exploring to do because, I mean, that from what I remember, that's pretty much how he's always sounded.
Really?
In King's X and whatnot, so... And you hear how bass heavy the song is. You can hear how his forefront, so it's kind of a bass.
His voice is made for bass.
Yeah.
For bass to be heavy. With his singing, like his
goes good with his bass.
Yes, it does. It really does.
Yeah, he's got a great solid voice.
Jeez,
for sure.
What a fun song, babe. Thank you so very much. Are you a fan of the KXM? Hold on.
Okay, I've never, like I said.
But I mean,
King's
of this
X,
song, you're a fan of the song. You're a fan of,
To me, this is not dramatically different from what I remember King's X sounding like. You know what I mean? I thought they were going to have like a dramatic, maybe a different sound with the guy from Dokken and the guy from Korn, but it is like what King's X is. And like I said, King's X I've never heard a song that I thought was bad from King's X. I never disliked their music. It just was never my style. I tended to go, and I still do, tend to go for the more folky, the more heavy, the more dark, and the more, doomy stuff. But this is he's always made good solid music, and that's what I'm saying. But what he has to do is a bit more difficult because he's really a bit more mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing mainstream songs, it takes a little bit more effort. That's why there's so many one-hit wonders and stuff, because it takes a little bit more effort to write these kind of songs, because the foundation has to be a bit more unique and it's a bit simpler, so the song itself has to somehow stand out behind a simple song. Let me try to explain myself, because it's a little difficult to explain, but I've always said, like with black metal and with folk metal and stuff like that, there are ingredients, right? And you mix the ingredients, you mix and match the ingredients, and you can't really lose if you put those ingredients in there. It's very hard to make a bad folk song if you're putting in the violins and you've got the energy and the singing and it's all there.
Mm-hmm.
With a song like this, first of all, you can't just mix and match ingredients. Each song has to kind of stand on its own. That's why there's so many mainstream filler songs, because it's really hard to do that.
Gotcha.
So in order to do that, you've got to be a good songwriter, you've got to be a good riff technician, and you've got to be able to put these songs unique in a way, and 30, 40 years later, still try to come up with fresh ideas. That's not easy to do. So much respect. I enjoyed this song. I love the part in the middle. And,
ooh,
what can I say?
I can't wait to play
good job, guys. Glad to see that you're still having fun and doing your thing. I want to see that forever.
Oh man, I love this song. Thank you so much. I want more.
Awesome.
More
yeah, when I saw this on the list, I'm like, what is this? KXM? What?
God.
But then when I saw who was in it and stuff, okay, all right, I understand. But here's a song we would have never picked ourselves.
And that's why I love my patrons.
That's the beauty of the patron request, yeah.
This is so much fun, like really though.
You guys are forcing us to do it, and I love it.
Thank you.
Keep challenging me, guys.
Yes. Well, you done?
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. If you did, okay. Please give us a thumbs up. Comment below. Do not leave without subscribing, and also share our content as well.
Yeah, and before we keep it metal, throw some comments for a King's X song. I'll grab one from the comments, and we'll when we have some time, we'll throw it up on Patreon or something. If you like him that much, you like his voice and stuff, let's introduce you to the band that kind of put him on the map, and you can see what he's been doing all these years.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay.
All right. But with that, as always,
keep it metal. Metal forever, baby. Love you guys.
Love y'all.
Thank you, Muttley.
Take care.
Bye. It's so sweet. I just love this.
Yeah.
I love this song so much. This is just so beautiful that people are coming together through music, and we're all connecting through music. We're all moving collectively through music, and it's just so beautiful. And the fact that they are allowing me to be exposed to all these different types of genres and things, it's just really moving to me. It's so beautiful. It's wonderful.
Okay, why aren't you saying all that when we're doing the reaction? You said, I'm gonna have to put this in the editing. So if you stuck around the end of the video, you just heard that. I don't know why she doesn't say it during the after the song. I think because you're in the emotions of the song.
Maybe.
Like every time the video ends, you always start sharing all this wonderful stuff, and then I always have to add it to the end of the video, because it's like, dude, yes, this is what I want to hear. This is what they want to hear.
Okay.
So anyway, if you stuck around, there you go. Now we're gone for good. Bye.